What's up, guys? It's Dominique, aka That Therapist. For those of you that don't know me, I am the lead clinician and CEO for a group practice known as Yellow Bird Counseling. What is that, you might ask? What's a yellow bird? Well, our normal day-to-day weekly activities consist of providing individual, family, couples, group therapy or counseling in the states of Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, New Jersey, and Idaho, soon with several more states to come, but that's where we are for now. Okay. So that's what we kind of do, in the community or whatever. That's kind of what we do for our service to the public. But what do we do here on Thursdays? Well, on Thursday evening, usually at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, I'm a little bit tired tonight. You know what I'm saying? I got a little toddy, but it's okay because I'm here. I'm here and you're here, and that's what matters. But we general population are reasons that we could all use a therapist outside of simply just having a mental illness, because people think that's where it stops with therapy. Oh, you got to have something quote unquote wrong with you, or oh, you have to have a mental illness, or quote unquote be crazy. No, and that's actually very, very far from the truth, because you a brain, a mind in your head, and you know yourself and variables outside of yourself and people in the world impact you, and none of us are perfect. Because of that, that's why we all need how to cope with our human existence. That consists of grieving the loss of somebody, transitioning, maybe from a job, from a relationship, maybe learning how to navigate saying the word no or building boundaries, maybe learning how to better regulate your responses when someone upsets you, all sorts of things in the human existence that therapists help you be able to navigate and maneuver. So that's what we're here to educate on. That's what we're doing. And that's what we've been doing for about 3 years now. Yeah, going on 4. Is it about 3.5 years now? And I'm happy to do it. We have special guests come through, our own Yellowbird ambassadors. We've also had other special guests come through. So feel free to, on our Facebook page, take a look at our video archives, because we have pretty cool videos. I think, but of course I'm going to say that. So I have been having a special guest every Thursday for the past several Thursdays, but today it is just me, it's just me, myself, and I today, which I don't mind. It's okay. Sometimes I need to have my own time with y'all. My own time. So, for those of you that may not know, this month is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. And so, of course, when I hear the word awareness, it means to educate and to bring knowledge to, So you can't do something about something if you don't know it exists, right? So as a mental health advocate, as a professional that it has joined the effort to break the stigma that surrounds mental health and receiving mental health treatment, I have to talk to y'all about some things that are hard sometimes. I have to talk to y'all about some hard things. I have to. And that's just what I'm going to do. But what a great transition to talk about something other than the events of this past weekend, because that has been really giving y'all. It has been I've heard about it a lot in session. I'll just say that. I've heard about it a lot in my sessions over the past few days with clients. So it was very impactful. There are things, elements that don't exist with the situation, but that the situation incited that brings up some of these topics that I'm about to discuss. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But please feel free to ask questions and comment. Feel free to comment. Do that. But we're going to talk tonight about the fundamental construct of our society as it relates to mental health. Okay? Because there's a lot, I think, that in general, all of us don't understand, or don't understand that we're engaging in, that is harmful behavior that is not only impacting our mental health, but impacting the mental health of those around us. Okay, so that very thing I want to start with is the foundation of these United States and what they're made on, the ideals that these United States exist on and that they were built on. So that is where we come to the ideals of the patriarchy. So I told y'all in short a few weeks ago about what the patriarchy is, okay? I'm going to tell y'all again tonight. So basically, the ideal of the patriarchy is that man is over woman and white is over black, okay? So man is over woman and white is over black. That's the simplest I can down to you, okay? White is good, black is bad, man is strong, woman's weak. Those are patriarchal ideals, okay? So what does that look like as it relates to this conversation? Well, minorities, if they are black-skinned or brown-skinned, are going to, as it relates to the ideals of the patriarchy, be under those that have white skin, okay? That have bright skin, okay? So it's the ideals of the patriarchy say white man, white woman, black man, black woman. So black woman at the bottom, white man at the top, white woman next to white man at the top. And so that's the simplest I can break it down for y'all, because I know that this is an uncomfortable discussion and sometimes your understanding leaves if it's not broken down with just real practical okay, so that's that. And so we have the ideals of the patriarchy that are widespread throughout the world, okay? Though that the patriarchal framework is what a lot of societies throughout world, and I don't know the exact percentage, but if you do, you can drop it in the comments. I want to say that actually, no, I don't want to say that because I don't know it. But yes, in many cultures, patriarchy is the construct, the social construct that individuals and groups in that community live by, okay, or use as their blueprint for socialization. So then once in these United States, in order to make up these United States, then somebody had to come in and do that. So we have settlers, We have settlers from the UK and other parts of, other European countries that settled over here on the land that we call the United States, and began to assert their power over the people that they brought to those states, maybe as slaves, or the people that already inhabited that area. And so they asserted themselves and they power. They came in and they threw their chest out and started telling folks what to do and drawing lines in the sand, and we call that colonization. That's the most simplest way that I can put it, okay? And so when you have patriarchal ideals with the colonization, do you see kind of how maybe the people down here, it might be designed to weed those people out? The people up here maybe might benefit more than the people down here from ideals that for the people up here, the ideals that aren't made for the people down here. It's only made to benefit the people up here. And as far as patriarchy is concerned, which is the social construct that we largely practice here in the United States, y'all know, y'all heard I say, well, men and women, and they give these stereotypical characteristics of what man and woman are supposed to do. That is patriarchy, okay? That is a patriarchal idea to say that men should only do and are capable of these things, and women should only do and are capable of these things. Patriarchy says that there's no gender equality in patriarchy. That's why when we did the four: man, white, woman, white, man, black, woman, black, okay? So that's how the patriarchal hierarchy looks. Ideals that is built on is that gender is not equal, and it's used as violent. It's to make women, this idea that women don't have a sense of self, and that men should not take pride in or value relationships. Okay, so y'all see, y'all can think, y'all starting to think of some yeah. You see, think of how just scroll down your social media timeline and look at what people post. I bet now that you know that and think of that, you're going to see how deeply the patriarchal colonization mindset has impacted Black people, white people, of course, but as it relates to this conversation, Black people, okay? Because this widespread ideal of patriarchy that was initially introduced by a colonizing environment. We have school systems, governments, judicial systems, laws that may be that are designed to treat these people better than these people. So these people have more access to the benefits of said laws or systems than these people down here. Is this making sense? Y'all got me? Y'all got me? Let's see. That's enforced in social, professional, and institutional spaces, also known as in your neighborhood, at the job, and in government. Yes. Unwritten rules of society we're faced to accept on a daily basis through societal pressures. Yeah. Yep. All right, so y'all got that. Yep, the patriarchy is everywhere. Yep. Great. Y'all got it. We're good. I have to do this because let me explain why I do this, because I be on TikTok. Can y'all follow me on TikTok? I don't have that many followers. I want some more followers. Can y'all follow me on TikTok? I'm that underscore therapist one. You'll see me that underscore therapist one if you're on TikTok, okay? Because I'm trying to, get us over there so I can do some live content over there. But when I be over there on the TikTok in the lives, I hear people often say things like, oh, Black people can be racist. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. That's that, you can't be, because of the idea of racism not being created by Black people. The idea of racism was created by the patriarchy and colonization. That is how I told y'all about those laws that they had to delineate between who's up here and who's down here. And one of the ways that they did that is they used race. I'm not making this up. Like, y'all was in history K through 12. They don't teach it. They don't. Now, of course, in school curriculums, that's a whole nother live. We've already talked about that. We've already talked about critical race theory. But they don't want to show the truth of how the delineation of white and Black really was and who was really responsible. They don't want that. They think it's going to upset. And it should, kids should know. They should know, hey, and this is how I need to, because I've inherited these traumas or these behaviors, I need to know how to navigate that. Because I can work the traumas and the behaviors as best that I can, with what I have control over. And that all they really have control over is just their self and how they impact the world around them. So they need to know. They need to know their correct history. They need to know how it really went. I'm literally just sitting here telling y'all facts without any opinions. I don't have no opinions. I'm just telling y'all what it is, and y'all are thinking on your own, okay? So it's just a fact. So I have to present things like this because I hear Black people say things like, we can be racist when we cannot, in fact, be racist because we did not create that. That racism does not benefit us. Racism is power and privilege. And the way that I explained the way these United States are made up, can't speak for any other country, on patriarchy and colonization, do you see how that would leave us without having power or we can be prejudiced. We still can be prejudiced, but we can't be racist because we don't have the power piece, okay? What y'all got to say? I just, I share the facts. What we don't know, we repeat. Unfortunately, private equals privilege. Yeah. Yep. No marginalized group can be racist, only prejudice, but they can be heavily right. Bigots, prejudice, all that. But racist, no. Racism, the ism is something that we do not have access to, and the race is a word that we did not create. That is a colonizer term used to delineate who's on top and who's on bottom. Just telling y'all this, okay? And so the ideals that came with that again is that women are objects. They don't have an identity. That's part of a patriarchal colonized mindset. And that men shouldn't have emotions or access to real care in relationships because they're in power, and power doesn't care about that. So let's take it a step deeper, okay? So because of that, hundreds of years of patriarchy, colonizer, that developing, we developed irrational fears of these people because these people are all that we concentrated on understanding. These people at the bottom were no one. They were 3/5 of a person. Okay, they were not human. They were less than. They were ugly. They couldn't have access to, like, so long of thinking that slavery. Y'all understand? Y'all with me? Lots of that. And y'all know what that consists of super dehumanizing activities to these people down here from these people up here, because these people, according to the patriarchy, are better. And so we need to keep these people in line by asserting our power over them. We got to assert our power over them in every system, in every single situation. So trauma is caused here, down here, and more hate is caused up here. So then we have this situation, tension between these down here, black men and women, and these up here, white men and women. Okay. So these people down here not only are being traumatized by these people up here, but they're starting to turn inward on themselves. They're starting, because after you hear something for so long, and now we're talking about not only one person hearing it, but a group of people hearing it, and what they have heard has been instilled in them, we call core beliefs, and has been passed down. Okay, so both people are developing belief systems around this construct, okay, of racism, and it's being passed down. So, but if black people can't be, because if black people can't be racist, what's this whole thing about, being anti-black, okay? Because you can't be, we can't be racist, but you can have an aversion towards black people. White and black people can have an aversion towards black people, okay? And as it relates to minority mental health, do you see how that can be detrimental? Well, what does that look like, an aversion to black people? Well, I'll tell you. When you have a negative perspective, like, oh, that's, black people do that, like, or if we hear non-black people saying, oh, high crime and high crime areas are heavily populated with black people, or, oh, black people, or that's the ghetto or the hood, that's the black people, or that's where all the crime is. That is anti-black. And black people that think like that, and they're like, oh, I want to move to this neighborhood because I don't want black people because that's where all the trouble happens. That is anti-black. Okay, that's anti-black. Black women, an objectification of black women. Okay, so a fear of black men and the objectification and hypersexualization of black women. Okay, so we are always with the black woman being down here at the bottom, because she's not only woman, she's black woman, puts her at the bottom. And so then we start to see maybe things similar to what we saw this weekend on young lady that we're missing. We start to judge. We start to make assumptions. We start to demonize a Black woman down here. Okay, real lot. A lot of it, a lot, really. It's bad. Okay, and then like the black because of this construct of patriarchy and colonization makes us not very safe, like not like our safety, like we're endangered, you know. So do you see how that could really affect somebody's mental health, that idea of power and prejudice? Do you see how that could wear on all of us? I'm just laying out facts, and I want to see what y'all think. Laying out facts. Yep. That's just how I was raised. Super anti-Black. That was just how I was raised. No. If that's just how you were raised, then say as how you were raised, which is I was raised to believe that men are better than women and white is better than Black. You got say it out loud. Say it out loud. And kids were taught this at a very early age. Some of you may or may not be familiar with the doll study. I know y'all learned about this in Psych 101. The doll study was like that big thing we all talked about in Psych 101, and mostly everybody had to take Psych 101 regardless of what your major was. But the doll study, kids as young as 3 and 4 years old were like, oh, white doll, good, pretty, successful, Black doll, bad, ugly, failure. Yep. This concept whips people's ass on a daily basis, and it's so far. That's why now you understand why I got to break it down, because some folks just can't get their mind around it. So me, as a therapist, I know how to kind of do it in a rubber meets the road, kind of like dogmatic, but not really, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, please share this live. If you haven't shared it already, please share it. Please share it. Please share it. If you have not shared it already, because this is very important. Okay. This is very important. So with that, we have very toxic core beliefs that develop for both white and, but more specifically as it relates to this conversation, Black people. So we have this anti-Black or NEGROphobia, otherwise coined as aversion to Black people, from Black people and from non-Black people. Okay? And then we have other things that come from that as far as colorism within the Black community. And so with that level of aversion then we have negative beliefs that come from that, or that are the root of that. Oh, Black people are less than, or I as a Black person am less than, or my Black features are less than, or my Black coils are less than, or not as pretty as, and only fair and straight long hair is because that they're up here and we're down here. So there's a lot of not only trauma, but there's hate. And that stuff has been passed down at least hereditarily in most white people. It's been passed down, and the trauma has been passed down for us as Black people, hereditarily and genetically. Okay? That's where we get the explanations of post-traumatic slave syndrome, things of that nature. Okay. So because of that, we all need therapy. We all need therapy, because how can we function in a community, in a society, in a nation that thinks there are people that are better than others? Because last time I checked, each of us has the same set of chromosomes that make us up, and we all have access. We are all human, so we should all have access to human rights. But the patriarchy and colonization does not allow for that, which causes mental health crisis, in that there's a deficit. So then people now not have access to things that they need, which causes more mental and emotional and physical stress and trauma. So Black people, we need to go to therapy, because that impacts us and affects us on a daily basis, on top of the other human experiences that affect us. And white people need to go because they need to learn. They need to be able to unlearn and recognize their own implicit bias that is very harmful. The unconscious thoughts that they have about Black people that come up when, if I say something like, how would you, if you white person, how would you feel if your dad, mom, son, daughter married a Black person? What would be your initial reflex if you had a Black boss that tried to give you an order? What is your initial reaction if you, a white woman, step into an elevator with a large Black man and it's just you two in there? What's your initial knee jerk? What are you going to do? Those are your implicit bias. And that jerking that you do is aggression. If you get in there and you kind of clench up, move over, that's a microaggression. And it's noticeable. Black people are very sensitive to microaggressions. We notice them because they are so aggressive to us. But you, as a white person, may not notice it because the privilege that you have in the patriarchy does not allow the deficit down here. Because if you're up here, chilling up here, it's hard to see down. It's kind of like skydiving. If you ever been skydiving, it's real hard. Like when you falling, when you're free falling, you can look out, but you can't look down. Feels like you're floating. What y'all got to say? Having technical difficulties, really? Nah, y'all. Does it? My screen looks crazy. I don't know. It looks the same to me. What? I don't know, guys. Can y'all hear me though? I don't know what it looks like. It looks regular to me. Can you hear me? I don't know, guys. Can y'all hear? I don't know what the technical difficulty could be. It's my end now. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, y'all can hear me now. Okay. I don't know, y'all. That was weird. I don't know. Share this live. Be sure you share. Okay. Drop it in your DMs.
Hi there. I'm listening.
No Google. No Google. And maybe this live can help, as your contribution to Minority Mental Health Month, introduce inclusion, the ideas. That's where we have the ideas of inclusion and equality, and learning those things. Okay. Dang. Because we always have to talk about treatment with it. So that's how we would treat it systemically, is education on equality and inclusion. So, by doing education on things such as what does implicit bias look like, and what is an implicit bias, and what does a microaggression look like? Something as simple as that. And how can I actively work against that? So like, how can I make the behaviors that I would treat a white person with the same as how a black person would be treated? And you would introduce that on a systemic level. So we have people going into schools and teaching faculty members that, so that they can understand perpetuate patriarchal colonization behaviors in the classroom. Okay, because again, this is something deeply ingrained in all of us. White supremacy is what we're talking about, has affected all of us. Okay, and has hit, historically and hereditarily affected all of us. And for us as Black people, genetically. Okay. Because we've talked about ACE scores before, adverse childhood experiences, because of the way that patriarchy and colonization is set up, and the struggle that it incites in the Black community, makes more way for more adverse childhood experiences. So that's also how it affects us negatively. Yep, we do. We got to be open to the difficult conversations, because how else we going to learn? We're not going to learn. We're not going to learn. And then we're going to continue to not only cause our self-harm by having those anti-Black thoughts, but not being able to make a place mentally for education, like equity and inclusion. Okay. I hope this helping. Is this helping y'all? And you gotta share it. Is this helping y'all? Go click on the share button, click on the more options, and copy the link and throw it in somebody's text messages, or throw it in somebody DM. Throw the live up in somebody text or in somebody DM for me, if you don't mind, because it is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, and I am trying to spread the word and bring awareness to a very big, very main issue that impacts minority health and the detriment thereof, or the disadvantage thereof, or the deficit thereof. Okay. So please help me share. Could y'all? If y'all want to follow me on TikTok, _therapist1. _therapist1. Y'all can follow me. I got me some videos. So yeah, follow me over there. What kind of questions do y'all have? What kind of questions do you have? If any. If any. Yes, for sure. Internalized racism, structural racism, etc. affects us deeply every day. It sure do. It sure do. So that's why I'm here to educate, because I think people say things like Black people can be racist sometimes. Not all the time, y'all. They know what they say, but sometimes, because they don't have the education. And it's not a Black person. It is not these people's responsibility to educate these people. It's not. These people with their privilege and power need to learn how to use their fingers to Google search and start there. Okay. But they cannot, these people have already been oppressed. These people have already been dehumanized. These people have already had to literally feed the slave master's children. And so, like, you can't demand that they educate you on their oppression that they did not incite. It's not fair to demand the person you oppress to educate you on their oppression when you're the one who spearheaded oppression. That makes sense? Do that make sense? Do you recall any experiences where you were faced faced racism while becoming a licensed clinician, or in practice where someone may have not been receptive to you because of racism? Oh, that's a good one. I'm trying to think. You know what? I'm not even gonna like even try to like no, I haven't. But you know what I think that is? Because I am a lighter skinned Black woman. So part of white people able to accept their privilege means that they gotta accept that their skin color, they're same skinned Black people. They're not nowhere near as privileged as a white person, but I think that a lot of things I to maybe have more access to or a little more ease with because I was lighter skinned and therefore coming off less threatening. Remember we talked about anti-Black and the aversion to Black? Well, the closer that you are to white, the less aversion that someone would have to you as Black. It's a fact. I hate to admit it. It makes my stomach crawl, but I'm doing a disservice if I didn't take ownership of that very uncomfortable fact. Proximity to whiteness tends to show in that, yep. And so I can't, it would be doing a disservice to my community. I'm not privileged. I don't have no no. That would, no. So I can't do that as much as it makes my stomach crawl to admit it, but it is what it is. And that's how we get better. That's how we change. And white people, that's how you change, to say, you know what? It sucks to admit that I have more privilege than this Black person, especially since I think I don't have privilege because I didn't grow up in rich. No, it has nothing to do with rich. It has everything to do with the patriarchy and how it's set up. You are a white woman, white man, you are already ahead of Black man, Black woman. That's your privilege, not money. A light Negro is a safe Negro to them, right? I'm a little ambiguous racially and have softer hair. So much, I've heard so much anti-Blackness because they assume I'm a good one. Yep. And and so then it leaves, now I am not at all trying to say that my struggle as a Black woman is anywhere near a dark-skinned Black woman, because it's not, because that wouldn't be fair for me to say. But that the hate, self-hatred comes in that way too, or the anti-Blackness, because what it is really internalized self-hate for us as Black people that are functioning in anti-Blackness and NEGROphobia. Okay, so it's like it's like it's very complex self-hatred. that happens there, that really therapy from those of us who have decided to go into the healing process for that trauma can help you navigate. Because there are things that I used to have to feel like I had to do to assert my Blackness. You know what I'm saying? So instead of just knowing that I am Black, and being okay with I am Black. And then times where I have tapped into a little bit more like code switching. And that's all it took, was just a little code switching, because I already had more fair skin. But it's tokenization. No way how you slice it or dice. I don't want to be tokenized. And we should not take pride in being tokenized. That's an even deeper topic with the anti-Blackness, to feel good about the tokenization or the acceptance. Like, oh, they accepted me up here, so that makes me better now. No, it doesn't. Because this construct here is a man-made construct, and men are not perfect. So who says that these people should have ever gotten to decide that these people go right here? They shouldn't. In all actuality and trueness, we all got the same red blood that bleed. And we all are imperfect. You know what I be trying to teach? Feed the masses. Because I want y'all to know. I want y'all to understand. Like when you say, you got good, like, ooh, good hair. I'm so glad we kind of stopped saying that. I hear it every now and then, good hair. Woo, that's such an anti-Black, NEGROphobia term. If I ever heard good hair. Ooh, 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 ooh. I hate it. Woo! Woo! Got on my nerves. Got under my skin. All right. Cool. What other questions y'all got? Please share. I got to do things bite-sized because, again, my lives are for everybody of varying levels of understanding and background to be able to get, for the purpose of, this is why we all need therapy. Okay, so can you understand how patriarchy and colonization has impacted you enough to where you would need therapy, whether you are a victim of it, whether you are a utilizer of it, whether you have ever said at least one time one anti-Black thing and thought it was okay to, even if it was a joke. Because the jokes are the worst, because jokes have elements of truth. Can I be honest? I have never seen anyone for the color of their skin. Oh, wait, Magnolia, no. If I like or love you, just like or love you. I believe in good people. I didn't know those were such things as NEGROphobia, but I get it, yes. But please don't say, you can't, please, I'm going to just point this out, and you probably didn't even realize it based on the tone of your comment. But to say I never seen anyone for the color of their skin, it also erases. Like saying that there is, like, when we know there very pronounced differences, to say you don't see our color then also erases the thing about us that we shouldn't be ashamed of. I need you to see me. Not seeing color is not okay, right? If you don't see me, you have erased me and therefore dehumanized me. Does that make sense? That's why, and those are the type of things, like, I've had, like, especially during 2020, I had a large onslaught of white people that were just coming to see me to say, I realized how racist I am with the George Floyd protest. I'm like, yeah, I think I need to come see a Black therapist so that I can really work through it and I'm like, okay, cool. Impact versus intent. Yeah, I know. And that's what I'm saying. By the tone of your comment, I don't think you mean harm, but I'm telling you that's how deeply ingrained. You didn't even realize it. That's what I'm saying. You didn't even realize. I don't think you were harmful at all. But that's just how deeply ingrained it is. Yeah, I mean, it means eraser. We told her it means eraser. She knows now, and now she can say, okay, now I'm aware. I need to do more research. What are you going to do with it now that you know? And if you want to be an ally of the Black community and stand in solidarity, you'll say, okay, I'm going to go and do research. One, so I can educate myself on the real nitty gritty of the concepts of how patriarchy and colonization have impacted the people around me, Black people around me that I care about. And I need to really look at what my implicit bias could be and how I could be engaging in microaggressions that I might not be aware of. How can I engage in my anti-racist work? How can I work against the racist ideals of patriarchy and colonization that are ingrained in me without even thinking that I'm racist? Folks, Blackness is this, even if acknowledging it makes you uncomfortable or you don't know how to acknowledge it without being problematic. Yes. Inherent racism. That's what I'm talking about. Racism for white people is at least inherited and makes it inherent in that way. And for Black people, the trauma of racism has incited internalized self-hate. It has also been inherited, and it has also impacted us because of the other maladaptive I'll just say survival skills that we shouldn't have to exercise in order to make it in a society that was not built for us. Yep. Good stuff. Are y'all sharing? So yeah, so those are things that you will want to seek therapy. And if you if you have a Black therapist, you have more of that luxury to feel comfortable with it. I have a white therapist, so I just gotta she gonna have to just understand, and she's like my therapist while I'm looking for a new Black therapist. My problem with Black therapists is that I want to be friends with all. I want to be their friend. And I'm like, I have to decide, can you be my friend? Because I'm going to be like, man, I wish we was friends. So it's like, got to find somebody that doesn't live in Alabama because it's harder for me to, I don't do long distance well. So I can get a long distance Black therapist. That way she could just be my therapist, and I don't have to be like, man, I wish we could be friends, even though I do travel. But no, at that point, I'll realize, nah, let her just be your therapist. Yeah. So I'm just like, because I had to be like with what white privilege is, and what implicit bias. Like, I had to have these conversations with her because the things that upset me come up, and she just has to just swallow it as her duty as a white woman. She just has to take it. You know? So there's an etiquette. That's what I want to say. There's an etiquette. If you want to be an anti-racist white person, there's an etiquette with that. And those are things that you have to learn through educating yourself on how to be anti-racist. And not anti-black, but anti-racist. All right, y'all. If y'all don't got no more questions for me, thank y'all. This is good stuff. I try to, keep it bite-sized because some people get lost. So I have to be very direct, concise. That's how I do that, so people can swallow. Everybody can swallow. We all cut it up into baby pieces. The babies can eat it, the adults can eat it, and everybody can eat it. Okay? So yeah. All right. So, but I do want to say this. If you do need help, or a friend or family member may need some type of therapy or counseling services, let me let you know how the easiest way to get that, because it's not hard. It really isn't. In fact, I've made super duper easy. All you got to do, take a screenshot so you'll have it. That's your business card. Y'all be like, you have a business card? Here it is. Take a screenshot. That's my business card. And just text the word new to that number. We can get them set up. I got an admin team that sets up people every day. And so you can get set up. All right. Or your friend or family member, you could just text them the screenshot so they'll have it and they could get set up. Okay. But if you want to know that you know that you know, if you know and you don't want to miss it again, you want to text the word live to this number. Because if you have not texted the word live to this number, or you have not joined the Yellow Bird newsletter, then you don't know things like when I do Cash App giveaways. You don't know when I do those because you're not in the know. So you want to know that. Especially if you just or doing your part to be a decent human and share about mental health. That's all you got to do. And it takes one click of the mouse, and you have done your part to share and bring awareness. Okay, because that's what this live is designed to do, bring awareness. Okay, so you can say, okay, what do I do about it? And if I feel icky about it, or if it has impacted me in an icky way, then that means I need to go to therapy to figure out why I'm feeling icky. Okay, because I don't want to feel icky. I want to feel good. So if you're feeling icky around this at all, then yes, we can help you with that ick. Okay? You're welcome. All right, so Monkey Brewster's the last one. Cool. So tonight is a Cash App giveaway. It is. Where's the pin? I thought I had a pin. Mr. Carter, do not start your crap. Hold on, guys. I thought I had got a pin. All right. Now I'm back. Ugh. And thank y'all for not being so mad at me for being late. I had to get myself together. Okay? Because y'all know I don't get done with sessions till 7:30. So I had to transition. All right. So y'all know how this goes. I'm going to say your name. I'm going to say your number 2 times. So you need to get your ears ready. Listen out for your name and your number. Now I'll say it twice. And if I say it unclear, I'll say it a 3rd time. Okay. All right. So Punky Brewster was the last one before I said I was going to. If you put your Cash App after I say I'm doing the Cash App giveaway, then that means you did not know. You have to do it before. That means you know. If you know, you know. All right. So Punky Brewster is number 1. Punky Brewster is number 1. We'll put Star Rob in there. Star Rob. Number 2. Star Rob can be number 2. I really have to show y'all all the details now, so y'all don't think I play favorite. Sharmika Burrell is number 3. Sharmika Burrell is number 3. Sharmika Burrell is number 3. Antoinette Danielle is number 4. Antoinette Danielle is number 4. Alexis Carl is number 5. Alexis Carl is number 5. See, I try to say it clear. See, y'all can hear. Victory Thomas is number 6. Victory Thomas is number 6. Nikki Leilani is number 7. Nikki Leilani is number 7. Wait a minute. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Ava Green is number 8. Ava Green is number 8. Terrell Jordan is number 9. Terrell Jordan is number 9. Nicole Thomas is number 10. Nicole Thomas is number 10. Christy Davis is number 11. Christy Davis is number 11. Robin Carl is number 12. Robin Carl is number 12. Evelyn Bone is number 13. Evelyn Bone is number 13. Toya Betts is number 14. Toya Betts is number 14. Rob TR is number 15. Rob TR is number 15. Magnolia Marchant is number 16. Magnolia Marchant is number 16. Malika Cole is number 17. Malika Cole is number 17. Danielle Winston is number 18. Danielle Winston is number 18. And that's everybody. All right. I hope y'all shared and made it public. I hope y'all did. That's what I hope y'all did. I hope. Because last time it was so sad that our first winner did not share publicly on their page. That means I couldn't go to their page and see it. Ugh. I had to be able. If you don't know how to do that, you got to click the globe next to the post. Let me share my page or share my screen. Okay. Is this a new? Nope, new tab. Let me share the new tab. All right. So random number wheel generator. And then, wait, there. All right. So we got a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 18. All right, y'all ready? Got to spin the wheel and do a drum roll. Hold on. Who got it? Who got it? Who got it? Is that Punky Brewster? Punky Brewster, did you win? Punky Brewster? Punky. Is that you? Hold on. Did you win? Yay! Punky Brewster. Look at that. Yay, Punky Brewster. You are going to win $250. Let me make sure you share it. I'm sure you did, but let me just see. I want to see it. I got to see to make it fair. Y'all give Punky Brewster some hearts and likes and congratulations and all of that. Yeah, winning some money. Hey. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Yay! Y'all are so fun. Okay. Yep, Punky Brewster did share. Punky Brewster shared. So let me do the 250. Yep, I told y'all I was going to do another big one. You got to put Punky Brewster. Let's see. I got to see your Cash App again. Yay! Look at all the love. Look at all the... Okay, here it is. I got it. Okay, got it. Congratulations from Yellow Bird Counseling. Tell all your friends about us. Okay. And then I got to show y'all. Dang. Okay. I got to show y'all that I sent it. So then y'all can be like, woo, she actually did it. It's no cap. Yay. All right. It's sent. Wait, hold on. Stop sharing. $250. Do something nice for yourself. Do a nice thing for yourself. That's the only requirement with the Cash App giveaway. winnings. You got to do something for yourself. Yay! Yay! Punky Krister got it! Saving lives. Cool. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me a little later than on the normal and being flexible with me. But I'm going to come back next week and we're going to discuss another installment. All right. But of how we can all benefit from mental health outside of, therapy outside of having a mental illness. And remember, y'all follow me on TikTok again. Do that. Can y'all follow me on TikTok? It's therapist. It's that_therapist. Okay. That_therapist. Okay. All right. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.